Hello, MGTOW brothers. Swine Dog back again with another video. Today we're going to talk about logic. Logic versus emotional thinking is a subject of a lot of MGTOW discussion, and we get into the issue of the way women tend to run on emotion and men are more logical. And I want to, as I did in my last video about freedom, I want to offer just a few words of caution about being strictly logical. I think that can be a mistake, and we shouldn't worship the idea of logic any more than we should worship the idea of freedom. There are pitfalls to be found there in both of those. Now, thinking too logically and just sort of letting go or not understanding the importance of intuition and just the feeling we have about things is a mistake that can lead us off the rails. Sometimes you got to go with your intuition. Sometimes you have to read your own emotions. When you've been around a while, suppose you're a little bit older, like I am. I have the feeling I'm a little older than most of the MGTOW guys that might listen to this, and all those years give you some insight. And sometimes you just get a feeling about a person, about a situation, and there might not be a stone cold logical reason for why you might make a decision, and yet going with your intuition and your feeling might be the right thing. So the old saying about women's intuition probably is reflective of the fact that they're built more for that kind of thinking. But we as MGTOW guys, we don't have that other half that, for all the reasons that we've become MGTOW, all the legal reasons, the societal reasons that have just made it such a risk that isn't worth taking to have a woman in your life. The reason that things are meant to be that way, the way men and women are supposed to be a partnership, is because it's a very formidable team when you have a woman who has those powers of intuition, and then you have the man who is more logical. He should always listen to his wife. It's not what feminists try to paint it to be, where the man is some kind of a tyrant and the woman is being oppressed. No, he should listen to her. And sometimes she's going to be right. Her intuition is going to steer that couple in the right direction. So we as MGTOW men, clearly we're better off in a lot of ways, but we are also missing some things. We're missing that other half that is going to provide us with the intuition, that emotional sort of guidance that will lead us to a better decision in a lot of life decisions, whether it's just dealing with a person who you're not sure about, some new friend or new coworker that comes into your life. You just get a feeling about that person. I want to encourage guys to develop that, to not just dismiss it, and not to worship logic as though it's always the superior way of thinking, because it's really not. The other thing, my other thought about logic is when you're dealing with a female and you're in some kind of a discussion, maybe an argument or maybe just a debate of some kind. Sometimes logic will work against you. And here's what I mean. You might be absolutely right about what you're trying to convince this woman of. And I'm not saying men are never that way. You know, as we all know, men are becoming more feminized and women are trying to become more masculinized. That's one of the weird things that's going on in our society. But when you're debating or arguing or trying to make some kind of a point, sometimes right is the worst thing you can be. And here's what I mean by that. You're just gonna lose, I'll put the word lose in quotations, or not be effective in your argument, because right and wrong really isn't the issue when you're talking to someone who is coming at you from a purely emotional standpoint. All that matters is the words coming out of your mouth are making her feel bad. It doesn't matter that you're right. That's irrelevant. So the best thing to do when you find that you're in that kind of a situation is just to keep things friendly, keep things amicable, maybe turn it into a joke of some kind and make her laugh. But don't get too locked into the logical thing of well, I'm right and I'm going to make her, the question is, what is 2 plus 2? What is the answer? I know the answer is 4. She wants the answer to be 5. And me telling her the answer is 4, no matter how many times you tell her, it's not gonna matter, because the correct answer isn't the answer she wants. And we're going to find ourselves in that situation once in a while, guys, if you're dealing with women, whether you're at the workplace or whether it's a family member and you just get into more than a very surface level conversation about anything, you might find yourself in that situation. So, as I said, rather than pushing too hard to come to the logical conclusion, sometimes it's best just to sort of dip out of the conversation. Keep it friendly, keep it positive, and remember, it's all about the words coming out of your mouth and how they make her feel, not whether you're right or wrong. So, yeah, I'll wrap this up on that note. And I want to thank everybody. Please like and subscribe. And please, I want to steer as much traffic toward my channel as I can to try to get my message out there and create a good conversation here in the MGTOW part of the manosphere. So take care, guys. Thanks again. Bye.